Live at TFNN. Breakout Investing. With your host, Ken Shreve.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday, August 9th, 2012. Ken Shreve with you. Welcome to another edition of Breakout Investing on TFNN. 877-927-6648. 877-927-6648. That's the number to use to call if you want to talk to me about this market. My show is daily now on TFNN from 3 to 4 Eastern. You can head over to iTunes, get the show as a podcast if you can't listen live. And don't forget, you can listen to all TFNN programming on your smartphone. Just type in tfnn.mobi in your smartphone browser, tfnn.mobi. Screen will pop up and click Listen Live, and you can listen on your smartphone as well. If you want to look at charts live along with me, you can do that with Tiger TV right on the homepage of tfnn.com. The show is carried live on Channel 1, archived in Channel 13, and Tiger TV is also viewable on your handheld device as well. All right, checking in on the Nasdaq Composite here. Another kind of slow, boring day for the market here. Nasdaq up close to 5 points, almost 0.2% to 3,016, holding on to its gains nicely up here. So really not seeing anything wrong with the Nasdaq. At last check, volume on the Nasdaq was tracking a little bit lighter, pretty close to what we saw on Wednesday, but maybe just a little bit lighter, about 10% below Wednesday's levels. Yesterday we had about a little over 1.8 billion shares trade on the Nasdaq, again tracking about 5 to 10% below that level. Today, taking a look at the S&P 500 as well, and we'll see that the benchmark index is up a fraction, a little less than 1 point to 1403, still holding above that 1400 level, and the S&P 500 churning a little bit up here. Not a whole lot of volume, but after what could be 5 straight days of gains for the benchmark index, maybe we do see a little bit of a pullback here. Not expecting a big pullback. If we do get one, like I said in recent shows, S&P 500 is getting very close to its highs earlier this year. So as it approaches, wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a shakeout here before a possible breakout attempt. So S&P 500 up less than a point to 1403. And finally, we'll check in on the Dow here, and the Dow is just down a little bit, down close to 8 points to 13,167. Let's also check in on the broad-based Nysc Composite Index. This is probably it's really not doing much either. Up 0.1%, 9 points to 8,027. So just another kind of lackluster day. Not much volume. Not a whole lot of movement either way. Kind of a boring market right now. But as I was saying to somebody earlier today, it's better than the Nasdaq being down 2% and heavy volume, and better than institutional selling, and better than growth stocks falling 4 or 5% in one day over concerns about Europe. Market just biding time here, kind of pondering what the next action is going to be from the European Central Bank and the Fed, and got a bunch of retail earnings reports next week from the like of Target and Walmart and Home Depot and Dick's Sporting Goods and Ross Stores, TJX. Very busy next week in terms of retail earnings. So maybe that's the next catalyst for the market. Shares of American Express under some pressure today, weighing on the Dow. Dow holding up pretty well, considering that American Express is down about 2.3% today to 56.59, trading back below its 50-day moving average here. So American Express looking a little tired. XLF not in that bad a shape, though. You'd think weakness in American Express, would that translate to weakness in other financial stocks? Not necessarily. The XLF holding gains nicely here. Technically still looks pretty good, actually. Also working on 5 straight gains. The Financial Select Sector Spider Fund is up a penny right now to $14.94, holding nicely above its 50-day moving average. And again, holding gains nicely here, just moving tight sideways in light volume. Taking a look at crude oil today, crude for September delivery up 1 penny to close at $93.36 a barrel. Gold, another quiet day, up 0.3% to $1,620. $1,620.20 an ounce. Let's check in on the GLD here. See that this is up 33 cents, 0.2% to 156.81. Still holding above its 50-day moving average at 155. So pretty quiet day for crude oil and gold. U.S. dollar index recently trading around 82.67, up about 27 ticks, call it about 0.4%. Let's check in on the UUP. This is an ETF that is comprised of a bunch of long U.S. dollar contracts. Still below its 50-day moving average here, up working on 3 straight gains, but be interesting to see if this 50-day moving average does turn into a resistance level in the near term here. The 50-day moving average for the UUP is at 22.77, and again, last price for UUP is 22.72, so it's about 5 cents below the 50-day moving average. Yield on the 10-year note, yields have been going up in recent days. The 10-year note now yielding 1.69%. Thereabouts. The 30-year bond at 2.75%. Taking a look at some economic data today. Helped by falling food prices. China's consumer price index rose 1.8% in July from a year ago. That's the lowest level since January 2010, and also down from a 2.2% increase in June. Meanwhile, the producer price index in China fell 2.9%. That's an accelerated rate from a 2.1% decline in June. And new data raises hopes that more easing could be ahead for China. We'll see. We'll see what China has up its sleeve to engineer a soft landing for its economy. Meanwhile, weekly jobless claims fell 6,000 in the U.S. to 361,000. That was more than expected. Economists were looking for claims to actually increase slightly to 370,000. So more good news on the weekly jobless claims front, and a couple of other economic data points here. The U.S. trade deficit narrowed more than expected in June to $42.9 billion from $48 billion in May. The $42.9 billion deficit is the smallest since December 2010. Finally, prices for single-family homes climbed in most U.S. cities in the second quarter. That's according to the National Association of Realtors. The median sales price increased from a year ago in 110 out of 147 metropolitan areas. I got to tell you what, these home builders continue to look pretty good here. It kind of fell off my radar for a while. Let's check in on ITB. This is the Ishares Dow Jones U.S. Home Construction Index Fund, up for, what is this now, six days in a row after hitting a low of around 1575. It is up 6 days in a row here. It's up another 1.7% today to 1733 after a nice bounce off its 50-day moving average here. You can see some heavy volume up days. The fund is under some accumulation here. Top holdings in ITB include Lennar. Let's take a look at shares of Lennar. That is ticker LEN. Technically very healthy stock. Also finds support at its 50-day moving average recently. Shares of Lennar up 2.7% today, outperforming nicely to 31.55. Also, D.R. Horton and Toll Brothers, two top holdings in the ITB. Checking D.R. Horton. Another example of support at the 50-day moving average. It's up 2.6% to 1850. And finally, Toll Brothers. Probably see a similar chart here. Doesn't quite make it down to its 50-day moving average, but flirting with all three stocks. Every home builder, it seems, is flirting with a breakout here. Toll Brothers not doing as well as D.R. Horton and Lennar today, but still up 0.7% to $30.79. So a lot of disbelief still in the home building space, but these stocks are acting well, no question about it. Taking a look at some story stocks today, let's take a look at Brinker. Easy ticker symbol to remember here, EAT, Brinker International, of course, operates the Chili's restaurant chain and also a smaller chain called Maggiano's, a Little Italy chain. Brinker, nice little breakout today, earnings of 61 cents a share. We're up 27% from a year ago, 3 cents above the consensus estimate. Revenue climbed 1.5% to a little over $728 million. That's a little below views, but same-store sales, not too bad. They rose 2.2% at Chili's and 1.9% at the Maggiano Little Italy chain. And see a nice little breakout here for EAT. Stock is up 6.3% today to $34.60. Good day of accumulation in Brinker International and a heavy volume breakout. Definitely bullish. Let's take a look at Dillard's department store here. Earnings were up 110% from a year ago to 63 cents a share. Sales up 3% to $1.5 billion. Big gap up for shares of Dillard's today. Let's take a look at a weekly chart because this is really just a picture perfect technical breakout here. Let me find Dillard's here. There it is. You can see the start of the base right over in this area. You can see a base that formed without a lot of erratic, what I would call wide and loose price swings. In fact, just the opposite. Good tight trading as the base forms, and then a good solid breakout today over $70 a share. So this is just a good symmetrical, picture-perfect technical breakout for Dillard's today. I put out a note earlier today, companies that are delivering low single-digit sales growth really just don't excite me. This is technically a very strong stock. Fundamentals, not bad, but, again, sales up 3% to $1.5 billion. I usually like to buy growth stocks that are growing a little faster than that, but still can't take away from a bullish heavy volume breakout today in shares of Dillard's. Another story stock today, let's take a look at Monster. I've joked around with Tom O'Brien before about Monster, always expecting this stock to roll over. It's one of these stocks, it's like the Energizer Bunny. Every time it looked like it was going to roll over, it just kept moving higher and higher and higher. But this is another one of these big market leaders that really is starting to look vulnerable here. It had been looking vulnerable for a while when it fell below its 50-day moving average back in earlier this summer, but stock taking a pretty good hit today, down 9.5% to 61.36. Still holding above its 200-day moving average here, but I think this one is kind of stick a fork in it done. The worst performer in the Nasdaq 100 today. Earnings up 31% to 59 cents a share. Sales up 28% to $592.6 million. But the company did miss earnings estimates, and that's a no-no when you're a high multiple stock like Monster. All right, folks, stick with me. We'll be right back. Breakout Investing on TFNN.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. Shares of Amgen having a pretty good day today, up 0.8% to $82 a share. Thought it could be kind of an iffy day for the stock. The story on Amgen was that the company did stop a late-stage study of an experimental pancreatic cancer drug. The company said the medicine was unlikely to help patients. Normally not good news for a drug maker like Amgen, but hey, this one has been an excellent price performer in the market, and the news today not impacting the stock that much. It hit an intraday low of 80.96, but trading up near its session high, again up 63 cents to $82 a share. Nice interview today in the Investors Business Daily about a data and information management software company, CVLT. Commvault Systems. This is, a base building stock in the market. Interesting company here. The stock is down 9 cents today to 52.67. Let's take a look at a weekly chart for Commvault Systems, and we'll see the right side of a base being formed here as it starts to retest its recent high around $55 a share. It's still about $2.50 or so from its recent high, but nice base taking shape here. Last week you had a nice accumulation week here, see a big above average volume weekly price gain. So interesting base building stock in the market here. Could be a leader going forward, but has a little more work to do to complete the base. A couple of healthcare names under pressure today that had been showing some relative price strength. Let's take a look at Edwards Lifesciences. This is a company that makes medical devices used to treat advanced cardiovascular diseases. Really looking like it's going to start to base and consolidate gains here for a while. It was extended in price. Probably could use a breather up here. I typically don't like to buy stocks for my Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio as they are basing. I'd like to see the base form. I'd like to see the stock form the right side of a base, start to retest its prior high, similar to what a Commvault Systems is doing that we just looked at. Edwards Lifesciences is still very early in the base building process here. Looks like it's ready to give up its 50-day moving average here. Stock is down 1.9% today with some volume to 98.34. Also some selling pressure building today in Athena Health. This is a name that we've been talking about, definitely showing relative price strength in the market. Athena Health does billing, collections, medical record management software for physician practices. Underperforming quite a bit today with some volume, down 3.4% to 92.74. No news here either, but another name that rather than chase it up here or try to catch it on sale too early, best to let it consolidate gains, build a base here, and who knows, you could see a new buy point down the line. Let's take a look at shares of Continental Resources here. This is an exploration and production energy play. They have a significant presence in the Bacon Shale of North Dakota and Montana. Earnings up 13% to 68 cents a share. Nice top-line growth, though, up 67% to just over $1 billion. Stock is having a good day today. All of these E&P charts look the same. Stocks that really have been beaten down, they're starting to come off their lows here. Technically, they're not all that healthy. They're really look more like kind of dead cat bounces at this point. The $75 price level. CLR is at $72 a share right now. 75 looks like pretty good resistance or a potential resistance level for Continental Resources. So I may be able to get a couple more points here. But stock outperforming nicely today on nice earnings, up 3.6% to 72.08. And let's take a look at a life cycle management software firm, little known name here, called Tango, TNGO, on the Nasdaq. Trading in the middle half of its trading range today, but outperforming nicely, up close to 7% to 21.37. Company with a good track record of earnings and sales growth. An innovator here, no doubt about it. Earnings up 67% from a year ago to 10 cents a share. Sales up 39% to $36.3 million. The results, earnings and sales growth were better than expected. And another stock here that's building a base and nice little performer on the Nasdaq in recent months. Take a look. We looked at Dillard's. Great, good, strong breakout for shares of Dillard's. Another department store reported earnings today. Sort of the opposite tale of a Dillard's. Kohl's not having a good day. Heavy volume reversal for the stock after hitting a high of 53.24. Shares trading right now at 51.43, down 1.2%. Sales only up 2% to $4.2 billion. Earnings down 9% from a year ago to 63 cents a share. Kohl's had been in rally mode ahead of the numbers, but really not showing much in the way of accumulation. Stick with me, folks. We'll be right back.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Price Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
This segment is brought to you by Direction Shares. To learn more about technical tools for the sophisticated active investor, hit the Direction Shares banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Ken Shreve with you on TFNN. Thanks very much for tuning in. 877-927-6648. Quick check on the markets here. Nasdaq Composite up close to 8 points to, let's see, where are we at here? 3,019, almost 3,019 on the Nasdaq, up about 0.3%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down a little, about 8.5 points or so to 13,167, and the S&P 500 really not doing much of anything today. It's up a little more than a point, a little less than a point, I should say, up fractionally to 1403. So that's what's going on with the major averages. Expecting a couple of IPOs to price tonight and start trading tomorrow. The first is going to be CKE, ticker CK. This is a fast food chain that operates more than 3,000 restaurants under the Carl's Jr. and Hardee's brands. Expected price range of 14 to 16. It has not priced yet, but again, should price tonight, start trading tomorrow. Also, Manchester United, ticker MANU, should price tonight, start trading tomorrow. Well-known UK-based soccer club here, should price between $16 to $20 a share. So we'll watch for both of those IPOs tomorrow. Let's take a look at some other interesting names here. Teradata TDC on the New York Stock Exchange outperforming a little bit today, up 68 cents to 75.12. What you have with Teradata actually is a nice little double bottom breakout. I'm going to switch over here and take a look at a weekly chart for Teradata. And you'll see the double bottom pattern, which has the appearance of a letter W here. So this is another example of a base breakout, a stock that has been under a reasonable amount of accumulation, a data warehousing firm. Not the most powerful of breakouts yet. The swing point was right around 73, so it's having a hard time getting going here. Still within range here, not extended. There's always a risk when you're looking at stocks that are breaking out in heavy volume. Always a risk of chasing a stock, buying too late. You always want to avoid that common pitfall. But with a swing point of 73, 74, and the stock trading at just over $75, Teradata still within buying range here. Take a look at Cyberonics. Cyberonics is a little more speculative. I had Cyberonics in the watch list section of my newsletter recently. It's a fairly thinly traded, average daily volume of a little more than 250,000 shares. It is a small cap with a market cap of $1.2 billion, but it is showing good supporting action here after a recent breakout. Stock is trading near a session low right now, but still up 1.5% to 44.89. Let's take a look at a weekly chart for perspective here as well. And this is what support at the 10-week moving average looks like after a breakout here. Here was the base that formed earlier this year. You had a breakout, I believe that was in early June. The breakout took place. The stock rallied, came down to its 10-week moving average, and found support. So Cyberonics, a small cap name, very interesting company. Earnings are expected on August 28th, so a little while from now at the end of this month. But they have an interesting product. They make, it's a medical device maker. They make implantable devices that treat epilepsy, depression, other neurological disorders. Taking a look at shares of Chico's FAS today. Chico's FAS stock is up a penny, trying to extend its winning streak to 5 sessions to $15.99. This is another stock trying for a breakout here ahead of its earnings report August 22nd, where earnings are expected to be up 20% to 30 cents a share, sales up 16% to $641 million. Take a look at a weekly chart for Chico's, and you'll see this this weekly chart here. Big, long cup with handle pattern here. Volume, you can see here, is getting quieter and quieter as it tries to break out over this swing point of around 16. So this is another kind of sluggish breakout in the market. So we'll see what the future holds for CHS, but a very well-run retailer here with outstanding fundamentals. So keep an eye on Chico's FAS, and let's move on. Take a look at Iac Interactive Corporation. Interesting stock here, down 32 cents today to 51.51. Big strong price performance for Iac Interactive in recent weeks. Good base forming here. Let's take a look at a weekly chart for Iac here. There it is, Iac Interactive. So what you have here is a big move a couple weeks ago, a little breakout. Now it's pulling back in light volume. So this is kind of just the type of action you want to see after a breakout. Should be good support down at that $48 price level. Not sure it's going to get down that far, but this is an example of one that if you missed the buy point 2 weeks ago, you could get another opportunity to get into Interactive Corporation here. Low volume pullback after a breakout a couple of weeks ago. Arguably, you can see in recent months this thing has been running higher for a while, so some might call this a late stage base, but nonetheless it's a stock under accumulation. It is up about 300% since the October 2008 low, so a lot of money has already been made here, but again, you've got accumulation still going on in the stock, low volume pullback after a breakout. Technically it still looks pretty good. Iac Interactive operates numerous internet businesses. They operate ask.com, dictionary.com, match.com, things like that. Take a look at Regeneron Pharmaceuticals as well, REGN. Another interesting setup here. Stock is down a little more than 1% today to 138.03. Could start to see a handle area form here. You see a big cup-shaped base. Could also call it a double bottom pattern with a breakout over right around 135, 136. Either way, the stock is still within buying range here. I suspect you could see a handle area form here. This could be the start of the handle today, seeing that the stock is down a little more than 1%. Regeneron is a drug maker. Late last week, the FDA approved a new colorectal cancer drug developed by Regeneron and French drug maker Sanofi. So that's the daily chart for Regeneron, and we'll take a look at the weekly chart here, and you'll see a nice base forming here. Working on 4 straight weekly price gains. So again, usually in a weekly chart, when you see this cup with handle base form, you want to see at least one red week when the handle area forms. So what I'd like to see, what I would find compelling, is if you could get a little pullback here. Maybe Regeneron pulls down to, I don't know, maybe 132, 130, maybe 130, 132 bucks a share, forms a little handle area, and then if new money eventually starts to come in from the sidelines, or if more money continues to come in from the sidelines, that could pave the way for a nice breakout for Regeneron. Big sales growth in recent quarters. Company is just is going to turn its first annual profit this year, and then big earnings growth expected next year as well. So a lot of potential here. Regeneron is what I would consider an institutional quality stock, which you want to be looking at in the early stages of a potential rally. Checking in on HMS Holdings, Health Management Systems here, continues to show relative price strength, working on 6 straight daily price gains, really not showing much in the way of accumulation. This is an example of a stock that is just kind of wedging higher in light volume, no conviction behind the buying. I'm taking a pass for now, although this is a stock that has a lot of characteristics I like to see. It's up another 4 cents today to 35.81. They recent breakout for HMSY over 34.83. Still within buying range here, but again, just the lack of volume is not all that exciting to me. They provide cost containment, revenue recovery, reimbursements, benefits coordination to government healthcare programs. This is another one where after 6 straight up days, I'd like to see a little bit of a pullback here, a more palatable entry point. Another earnings story today. Let's take a look at thinly traded stock here, OSI Systems. But you can see a big, solid, heavy volume breakout for OSI Systems. Stock is up 9% today to $70.33. $70 is not a cheap stock, but it doesn't trade. Its average daily volume is not that heavy. I didn't write down what it normally trades, but I can find that easy enough. Yeah, about 100,000 shares a day. So that's what thinly traded means. But they make electronic systems and components for homeland security, healthcare, defense, aerospace markets. Breakout today over 67 bucks a share at 70.33. This one still doesn't look like it's left the station yet either. Very solid report from OSIS. Earnings up 44% to 95 cents a share. Sales up 28% to $235.2 million. We start with the dailies and then go on to the weekly chart. We'll do that with OSI Systems as well. And you can see I highlighted the base and the breakout. So good, solid, thinly traded name, but good earnings and sales growth in recent quarters does have a lot of positive qualities. OSI Systems. Taking a look at Michael Kors as well, headed into, or ahead of its earnings report, I should say, on August 14th. Another quarter of big sales growth is expected at Kors. This is the luxury brand enjoying brisk business in recent quarters. Sales, when they report on August 14th, should be up around 51% from a year ago to $368 million. Stock is still not all that attractive to me right now. It is just a base-building stock, not under meaningful accumulation at this point. Earlier this week on Tuesday, the stock went up over $45 a share, cleared some prior resistance in its chart, but reversed and closed all the way down near its low. So not a great day of trading for Kors earlier this week on Tuesday. It lost ground Wednesday, trading a little bit higher today, but not by much, only up 12 cents to 42.96. But I know a lot of growth guys that are still very keen on this stock, thinking that it has the potential to be a market leader. If that's the case, it's going to have to form a proper base, and that base still looks like it has quite a bit of work to do before it completes. Fertilizer stocks doing well today. CF Industries outperforming nicely today. This one was having a hard time getting going. Finally breaks out with conviction over a swing point of 208.43. Stock is up close to $5 today to 212.41. Remember the rule: when you're buying a stock, when it breaks out in heavy volume over a swing point, you don't want to chase it more than 4 or 5% past that swing point. So swing point for CF Industries is a little over $208 a share. Right now it's trading around 212, so you're still within about 2% of that swing point here. So CF Industries finally getting going, working on 5 straight daily price gains, but I would call it up until today it was really having a hard time getting over that swing point of 208.43. Finally making a little bit of headway today. A newer name in the fertilizer group, Rentech Nitrogen Partners. We've been talking about this one in recent days, but it recently had a nice breakout over 31.34, still within buying range here. This is a company that makes natural gas-based nitrogen fertilizer and other industrial products for the agriculture industry, but IPO in November at $20 a share. And a good solid breakout earlier this week on Tuesday. Kind of stalled yesterday and trading near its session low today, but only down about 13 cents to 32.50. That's Rentech Nitrogen. Can't forget about Google here as well. I got a big long list of stocks today. My general take on the market is that we're really not seeing much in the way of sell signals, and all these names that I'm going over with you today are all stocks out there that are acting pretty darn good. I mean, some stocks have been moving for a while, starting to see some consolidation, but the vast majority of them, even those that are starting to come in, are holding very smartly near highs, just like the major averages are. So still optimistic that this rally could amount to something. But shares of Google today only down 21 cents to $642 a share. It was a $570 stock in July, so it's up about 70 points in a fairly short amount of time. But a weekly chart for Google will show you that this is a stock possibly about to come out of a long base here. Still has a ways to go to get to its highs earlier this year at around 660, but Google definitely enjoying renewed buying interest here. You can see working on 4 straight weekly price gains, but each week the volume has been getting lower. So Google's kind of a poster child for this lack of accumulation going on in the market. A lot of volume pundits wondering where the volume is. Google's been moving higher and lighter and lighter and lighter volume. Typically not a good sign, but just indicative of a market that is not showing meaningful signs of accumulation yet. Breakout Investing on TFNN, folks. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization execution capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kay Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to TFNN.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Catch Tom O'Brien, founder and CEO of TFNN, professional trader and educator. Also a special guest on CNBC, analyzing the commodity markets. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks, to Breakout Investing. As we head into the close here, we'll check on the markets one more time. Dow bleeding a little bit into the close here, down about 19.5 points, 13,156. Nasdaq Composite holding on to a 5-point gain, 3,016, and the S&P 500 down fractionally to 1402. So again, still not seeing meaningful sell signals in the market, seeing stocks acting a whole lot better. Again, not seeing meaningful signs of accumulation. That's a bit of a concern, but still seeing a lot of stock charts out there that are looking more healthy than unhealthy. So that's a good thing. Don't forget, folks, if you want to get a 30-day free trial to Ultimate Growth Stocks, you can do that right on the homepage of TFNN.com. Try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks 30 days free. You can look in the carousel right on the homepage. There's also a newsletter tab on the homepage as well. Click on that and then click on investment newsletters. You'll find Ultimate Growth Stocks in there as well. I use a combination of fundamental and technical analysis when evaluating stocks for inclusion in the model portfolio. The model portfolio currently has 8 or 9 stocks in there, so I've been nibbling, putting some money to work here. Have some names working, some names just kind of new initiations, treading water in this sort of fickle market environment, seeing a lot of stocks moving off their lows. A lot of good example is a name like Cisco Systems. Let's check in on Cisco Systems here. You can see it's up, 5 days in a row, hits a low of around 15.5 thereabouts. Now it's up 17.68. So buyers have been coming into Cisco, but a lot of beaten down merchandise stocks that are probably being deemed cheap by a lot of investors out there, starting to rally off their lows. But stocks showing relative price strength with top fundamentals near highs. Seeing a lot of breakouts. Some are working, but plenty of others aren't. So I've been telling people we're gonna have our day. Got some names working in there though, so definitely happy about that. Economic data coming up this week. Tomorrow, Friday, nothing really market moving. We've got import-export prices for the month of July. The Treasury budget will also be out tomorrow. That's also for the month of July. So that is pretty much it. Earnings after the close today, really not much happening. We do have Fusion IO. Remember Fusion IO? This was like really a can't-miss stock not that long ago. Earlier this year, January, February, even towards the end of last year, when the company came public, they make storage memory platforms used for data decentralization. Steve Wozniak, I believe, is the chief scientist over at Fusion IO, but boy, has this thing really been obliterated in recent months, down 50 cents today to 2.3% to $20.96, trading near its session low. I don't have earnings or sales estimate data for Fusion IO, but they're going to be, like I said, reporting after the close today. Also going to take a look and see what Nordstrom has to say. They report earnings after the close as well. Kind of a big intraday trading range for Nordstrom today, down 35 cents right now to 55.10 ahead of its results. Expected to earn 74 cents a share, down 8% from a year ago. Sales up 11% to about $3 billion. Mentioned last week, very, very busy in terms of retail earnings reports. We've got Dick's Sporting Goods, Home Depot, TJX reporting on Tuesday, PetSmart, another strong performer in the retail sector, reporting on next Wednesday. So busy for retailers next week. Coming up next, the Tom O'Brien Show, 4 to 6 Eastern. I'll see you back here tomorrow, folks, 3 o'clock Eastern for another edition of Breakout Investing.